Hey there everybody, how's it going? Real Diversity here. We are back with another video. We're playing a lot of Pokemon TCG lately, and we've been in a great league, been kind of stuck here for a little bit. And I normally get here and like this is when I normally get here. I usually don't play this game as much as some of my other games, or just in general, it's just not like high on my priority. But lately we have been playing this game quite a bit, and I've been trying to grind. Like this is the first season we hit level 50 on a battle pass, so there's 2 weeks left. And what I'm trying to do now is grind our way out of the Great League. We're just trying to push as far as we can. But boy, when I say the stomp is there, the stomp is there. Especially when you only get 20 per win, and I think. Like once you, I want to say that you would get like less for loot. Like you didn't lose as much in the lower leagues, but I know in a great league, like if you like it costs us like you winning and losing is equal. So you cannot progress unless you have a positive win rate, pretty much. So, right now, and it's not tough. And it was funny is I wanna see some counter decks, but the biggest decks I'm seeing right now are Charizard EX and Giratina decks. And a lot of times the Giratina decks aren't really Giratina decks. They're just kind of using the skeleton of the Giratina deck. And sometimes I've seen Giratina decks with Charizard where they're basically fishing out the deck to get Charizard and Rare Candy and get that going. We went against one earlier, and I had was able. I luckily had two. I had two boss orders in my hand, and this deck only has. Wait, let me actually go to them. Let me go see if I can go here just to show you the full deck. This deck only has two boss orders, as you guys can see, which we really should throw some more in, because it's almost the only way to make us really competitive against the Charizard deck. Because once, so this deck's pretty okay. It's solid. We get power. Power isn't an issue. Um, we're able to get going pretty quick. This is one of the few decks. I think Raikou is one of those. Any of the like the legendary beasts, Raikou, Entei, like they're able to get going. Like you can win a game in one turn with these cards. Like if your setup is perfect, if I would need electric generator. If I can get Raikou on the bench, hit him with electric generator. If he just gets one from that, and we can get him from the bench to the active spot, and we can add energy to him from there, then he's ready to attack. Or if we look up and do the electric generator and we get two energies from that, then we can just do a normal retreat, and then he's ready to go as well. So he has two ways to be ready to go on turn one. And basically, if he's ready on turn one, it really comes down to luck with this electric generator. But if he's ready to go turn one, then you can potentially win a game if you can set up in their week to electric. But we're gonna go ahead and jump into a match. Yeah, this isn't. I've been just using this deck. It feels very strong. Give me some feedback on it if there's some cards that's like really missing here. But so far it does feel strong. But the biggest issue really is just running to Charizards. Because once like Charizard can pretty much OHKO my entire team once I get to what's the where am I trying to get at here? Once I get pretty much down to we always want to go first with this deck, even though we can win potentially if we accidentally go if we go second, but okay, almost a perfect hand. We will immediately put Raikou in the starting spot just because we can't really get an attack off here anyway, and we already have an energy in our hand. So, oh, and we're going against a Charizard deck, so that sucks. But and before I do anything else, let me add some energy. I mean, draw. Okay, boss order. So next turn, if everything is right, and he doesn't Iona us, hopefully not. This was a really perfect hand, by the way. I have no complaints here. Um, everyone's on the bench. I mean, everyone was already in the deck. We didn't have to draw anyone from the thing. So yeah, I think we're pretty much good to go here. Next turn, if he manages to move Charmander, we can boss order one of them. Even if he doesn't, then that's even better. I don't think he'll be able to set up by next turn unless he's just really, really lucky. That's unfortunate, but I should have expected that. It always without fail comes out. Okay, we still looked up and get a boss order here though. I wonder. We want to pull an item here just so we want to better survive. Don't. Hopefully he can't retreat out here. That would suck. Cause then we would have to sacrifice. Okay, fine. Actually, not fine. I hate the Oko that. Okay, good. We did. Okay, so yeah, we can't afford to boss order here because we already have the berry. That's very huge, and I wish I waited to do that because now I gave up. That would have been the one we gained from that. I said I wish I waited on that, but that's fine. Let me go ahead and get everyone going here. This Mew is actually really annoying. I could have Oko the Arceus there, but it's fine. But that Mew being able to get like the rare candy out for them early is terrible for us. Manaphy, we'll just escape rope here until Regieleki, yes. Ooh, Arceus. So with an Arceus, you can immediately set up into a Charizard, like almost, and he just so happened to already have the Charizard in hand, so he hasn't even had to activate his Arceus. We could have took it out last turn, which is, but no rush because of one of the toughest decks to go against is this EX Charizard deck. It just gets stronger as the match goes on here, so. Yeah, he wasted no time. Getting two out is crazy this early. And he's able to OHKO pretty much everyone except Regieleki. I mean, it's every Regieleki. Like he can boss order Regieleki right now and we'd be screwed. Very curious as to what he selected here. It really should reveal the cards that they selected. It is a support card. If I use Avon, he knows exactly who I'm pulling out. So I think Diancie is very important here. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Escape rope, because we obviously don't want to waste our KO on a mana fee. We already use our ability, right? Uh, Honestly, say just gonna get an electric generator. He really can't do much right now. Can we draw? Oh my gosh. I've just gotta pray that we. Oh no, wrong guy. I meant the Diancie. No. I meant to get the Diancie so I can draw two. Well, that's fine because if he, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We got energy for 2 turns, so we're not in a bad spot. I hated how like we kept drawing the energy instead of getting it. So we wasted like two electric generators and didn't benefit from neither one of them. Only reason we're able to attack so early was because of the we us going first. He chose to go into attacking, which is fine. I mean, let's see. Do you retreat out here? Us not taking out the Charmander is pretty good if he does retreat out, because then he's stuck. If we take out Charmander, he's doing 240, I think, per attack. We could switch cart here, but he's finna Oko us the next turn anyway, so we might as well save our. Uh, I would love a double. Yep, there it is. I want a double turbo energy. And now we're set up to kind of go with both our Reggies here. Hopefully, we can get a Ultra Ball or something to evolve him. He might have not been paying attention, but if he tries to boss order us here, he can't. He may or may have been paying attention to that. I'm not sure. Either way, he wasn't paying attention. Unfortunately, he can't boss any order anybody here. So sorry. I knew he was gonna do that too. He obviously wasn't paying attention to the Diancie here. Just didn't know what it does. That's why I feel like we got a free yeah, we got a free thing is how much is he doing here? Yeah, let's do this. God darn it. I really wanted to get the other regieleki going, but we okay, there it is. There it is. Okay. So screw that heavy ball. And we want to save one of our switch carts. And I honestly want to get the Pachirisu out of my deck because if we draw Pachirisu, I'm gonna be totally upset. So he doesn't Oko us here. We can have our other regieleki up pretty soon. I think he may have another Charmander somewhere in the back. I'm not sure. Um, he can. Yeah, he really can't do anything else here. I mean, if he wants to sub out, let's see how much is what's Charizard doing? Is he able to Oko Raikou off rip right now? Yeah, 270 for sure. He's able to Oko him. If I known I was gonna get this, I would have discarded my energies last. No, I need to hold on to him for a minute. So Raikou is finna be done for here, unfortunately. But I knew I. This is why you just go ahead and pull them out. Cause if you pull this stupid mouse, which I'm gonna actually leave on the field, if you pull that, we're doing 280 right now. Ah, darn! I wish we could go ahead and hit that Arceus. Darn it! I wish we could have went ahead and hit up Arceus, but we're pretty set here to win unless yeah, it doesn't matter who he really boss orders here. Cause he can't boss order Regieleki, unfortunately for him. Can wait. Sorry, can he Oko out? Wait, with two? Oh no, I didn't do the math right. He can Oko us, I think. He can Oko one. Let me see how much. Let's see how much he does here. I can't. I don't feel like doing the math. I think 4 times 3, 12. He's doing right at 300. I think. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We don't need two. I don't. Where did his deck go? I don't. Was he? What is? Why I don't know why he's lost so many cards so far. All right, let me see. How much is he doing right now? Is he doing 300? Is he doing three more than 300 right now? Okay, right at three. Oh, okay. So we eat a okay. Unfortunate. Oh, and we got nice. I'm skeptical of throwing clear out. Yeah, even yeah, he has to. Yeah, it's fine. I think so. We'll go ahead and pull out some basic. Darn. No, you are you still doing? I don't think you're doing 280 anymore. That he shrunk the field. So that sucks. But I'm skeptical of pinning you down right now. I don't think it's actually any point. So yeah, let me just go ahead and do this too, just in case he wants to eye on us or something. I don't know. I don't. Certain cards you just don't want to redraw again, so you just want to kind of get it out the way. Yeah, this guy has literally no concept of how this game works. I am genuinely surprised. That is that is why Diancie is in this deck. If you guys are like, man, that is the card's so out of place, it saved us, and it lit this that she is it is literally in this deck for Charizard EX decks because my biggest issue going against that deck is the fact that how much time have we? It was only 19 minutes total. We've been on here so far is I will go against it like I'll be set up. I'll have two mons ready to go, and the worst thing that they can do is pull out one of your mons that is fully ready to attack. Because mind you, getting energy on these cards isn't the hardest, but it is not that easy, especially if you lose a fully set up like Raikou or a fully set Regieleki or a fully set up Miraidon. If you lose one of those fully set up, it is very costly. So we had one. We were fully set up, and they would constantly boss order out one of our like they're like Maraudon. Pull him out fully health, full health. Hit him with 240, and he's out. He's done. something like that. So it was very annoying. So right now, in 240, all you gotta do is have take two of their prize cards to be for them to be hitting 240. So they pretty much can OHKO my entire team after just taking two prize cards, which is insane. This is why she's Diancie is so important because and specifically Diancie only works to cover for basic Pokemon. So all of my Pokemon are basic except the Regielekis when they're evolved, but that's okay because we have the item, this leafy camo pouch, which prevents them from pulling us out. That's why he wasn't paying too much attention. But he tried to boss order us twice with the Romans. And a lot of times people don't realize either with Regieleki, it's and I learned this the hard way too, is it says that you cannot attack you can't attack next turn with that Pokemon, but if he gets switched out, he can attack again. So even in there, even if he did manage to boss order us, we were gonna be able to attack him again with 250. So he wasn't safe either way. Once again, we like to go first here. We can win. We can honestly win a match going second, but I always go first just to get the setup going. Yep, almost a perfect lineup here. So, and I think we're going to pretty much okay. Yeah, I'm not taking out Pasurusu yet. Um, we're gonna put out Diancie for now. What's gonna suck is if we do see a whatchamacallit, we're screwed. But I kind of want to start drawing early here, but I'm not gonna be greedy, so we just leave it here. We're like one. We're so just our actions here were one draw. We could have we could have switched card there. Due to our actions, we are one, and the switch card is perfect for this deck as well. I need to add more in instead of escape ropes because if Regieleki is in, he can pretty much leave on his own. So with the switch cards, we pretty much can switch constantly. So one of those is probably Bidoof and Vulture. I just added this card to my deck. I don't know if it's new or not, but I just added that to my deck. Okay. So we'll just go for the straight evolve retreat just to save our switch card. We're trying to be minimalist with our items. Trying keyword. I would love to see a Avron soon just so we can okay. We might do that next turn actually. If there's any reason to switch card, we will next turn. Only problem, Maraudon is really strong in this deck, especially when you get two Reggie Licky V Maxes out. But the issue with him is feels like he's harder to set up because with you can just throw a double energy on the Reggie Lickies and they're okay. Um okay, he's giving up his wow. That is interesting. He's giving her a Beetle so early. Um come on, get us going, guys. Get us going. Good. Like to see that. I'm not gonna draw just yet here. I'm actually not gonna ultra. Should I ultra ball here, guys? Switch card. We lose a switch card though. We do want to get our second regieleki out though, so we'll do it. We'll do it. And I was gonna say, what would be crazy is if he's actually not even in the deck. I was literally about to just say that. Like, if he's not even in the deck, that's crazy bad for us. Yep. Um. Okay. Hopefully he can't hit us too hard next turn. Anytime I don't run into a Charizard deck, I'm happy. I was gonna say we need to get a berry real soon. Here's our bravery charm, which is exactly what we needed. I'm interested in see what is his Voltorb capable of. Another okay. That's why he didn't care about his Bidoof. Let's see. Discard pile. This tech does. Wait, what? Any number of tool cards from your discard pile in the lost zone is tech for each card you put in the discard. So he has none so far in the. By doing, you may discard any numbers from this Pokemon. Whoa. Say this 41 each Pokemon discards. 1, 2, 3. Jeez. I'm trying to think if throwing him a berry charm is wasteful right now or not. Switch card would be very helpful right now. Also, we're gonna set up Maraudon with a switch card, just because of we don't want him to. He can refill his hand here, unless for whatever reason he already has Bidoof or yeah B Barrel. I mean, unless he already has B Barrel, then he's kind of in a bad spot here because he'll have to use his ability, but then his turn ends. I don't really know what's going on with this deck, honestly. To be honest with you, let me see. Town. Oh, oof. That's like almost like the last. Wait, does it let you just pull out item cards or what's it? For tool cards. Oh, never mind. You may put it to this. Interesting. Ah, nice. All right, we got a boss order. Isn't that grand? I bet he has four of these in his deck. This deck isn't that bad. It's just it seems like in the current meta. Oh, I meant to talk about this earlier in the day, but they like Charizard EX deck, and I like have played. I played Pokemon trading card. Like I played this. I've known. I forgot. It's been so long. I forgot the rules over time, but I had to relearn the rules to this game. But I played this game a long, long time ago, back on the Game Boy when they had a Game Boy version of Pokemon trading card game. I forget the name of it. They released the second version, but it only came out in Japan. But I played the first version, which did make it to America, and it was fun. And but the power creep, like there is so much power creep now in this game that is ridiculous. Like you can only win with certain decks now. Like you have to play XYZ to win nowadays. It's crazy. How much energy have we? We've already used all four of our. No, we should have one more somewhere. So he had to pretty much sacrifice the rest of his things just to Oko Raikou after 12 turns, so we're pretty much okay here. Um, I'll even just to avoid like another Oko, we'll even um actually let me do this. Let me play it safe. I'm just gonna pull. If we can get two energies from this, that would be great. Just to go ahead and come on, give me two. Yes, sir. Nice, 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 nice. All right, we're ready to go. I don't know how much energy we actually have left. Unless he can somehow, even no one on his team can tank an attack from us. So I was gonna say, even if he somehow Oko's regieleki here, we can escape rope and where it's GG. Even if he threw out this Rotom to take a hit, which that Rotom can't survive anything, because we're doing 280. Maraudon, as hard as it is for him, like the I think the hardest Raikou will ever hit is 280, because he'll do if for each 20 more for each bench Pokemon for each bench Pokemon. Wait, how much? Yeah, because he didn't. Yeah, he didn't do that much too. So even if he just scores from everybody here, I mean, not a bad deck. I got Giovanni in this deck. I completely forgot about that. It's a yeah. I was gonna say not a terrible card. The thing about that Giovanni card, we'll go to it just in case. It's a lot of cards I feel like I've never seen people use, so I'm still learning. Like, and that's one of them. But basically, you can take the energy away. So this deck's doing really well today so far. The one EX Charizard deck we ran into, we were able to counter it pretty well. Because he just couldn't boss order us, and that's just it. That's literally it. Is their ability to boss order us is what hurts us quite a bit. So put an energy on your opponent's active Pokemon to their hand. If you do, attach an energy from your hand to your active Pokemon. Now this I did this mainly to be able to, if we had to set up a Regieleki or Maraudon in like one turn, is kind of the purpose of that. The issue is like since the energy goes back into her hand, if we don't Oko that Pokemon, they can still just attack next turn. or but I mean they do waste. They do have to put that energy back on, so they can't add energy anywhere else. But other than that, it's not too effective at doing anything else besides giving us one extra energy to potentially get an attack off. Heads, I think we won tails like quite a few. Yep. Not that you can all. Excuse me. If you guys can remember what the last result of your coin flip was, try to guess the opposite. I think mathematically you have a better chance doing that. I could be just speaking out my head. If we got Raikou, we're good. If not, we're not good. But if we have Raikou, we are good to go. Let's see if we can. Looking like a Charizard deck. Luckily for us, if he there he is. All right, without a second thought, let me get the rest of this everyone out here. And the reason we want to go ahead and get the regielekis is just well, you just want to go ahead and get all these Pokemon out your deck. Except Pachirisu is very much like an easy target, so we don't always like throwing her out or it out as early, but just and also we want to get rid of some certain cards that we may get Ayana next turn, so I'm not sure. Is it is very it seems like highly likely a turn two like their turn one slash turn like the second turn of the game, but their first turn is highly likely that they Iona us. I think I said they're very complicated, but basically I'm expecting to see Iona here, especially if it's the EX Charizard deck. This deck's pretty much built for your opponent gets momentum for you to pretty much suffer. Um, we unfortunately are not in the best predicament. It's if he gets another Charizard out, we're Inte. Interesting. Why was he so quick? I wanted to put a deck. Put them on bench and stuff here. Oh, okay. I see. Uh, let's see how much damage we're doing right now. 200. Um, yeah, let's start early because if he can, nice. Unfortunately, though, he can OHKO us next turn if he's able to get Charizard out. We're gonna need some luck here. Yep, never mind. I forgot he didn't even eat. This sucks. All right. What? Why not Pidgeot the why not Pidgeot the Charizard? I don't know what he's doing. He could have done all of that without using what? Oh, does he want an extra? That was a well-rounded method of doing that. Okay. Unless if only we had this berry earlier, that would have helped. Pretty much in terrible. We are in terrible condition right now. Luckily, he's only doing. I think he's only doing 210 right now. I should have that. This is my. I should have thought about that before I went in to attack blindly. I should have probably just stalled a turn. It's they're gonna get the Charizard out. It's little almost little to nothing you can do a lot of times about that. It's just gonna happen. Okay. Lucky for us. We might need to Ultra Ball next turn, so we'll save it. Yeah, he can very easy boss order us here. So, and we're actually done if he does that. I think we would actually leave the match if he boss orders us here. We're out of here because I mean we can't really do too much anymore. And what would be great next turn though would be an escape rope would actually be pretty lit. Actually, I think I'll hit him straight up next turn. Let's see what he pulls out here. The biggest weakness of this deck is boss orders against Charizard EX. That is literally there because there's only one reason is our energy, like the way our energy works is we lucked up. We was able to set up energy. We was able to set up in one turn for regieleki to attack. One turn. We were able to do that. The problem is if they just boss order us, it took tremendous. It took luck. It took us having the right items. If you're able to just boss order that out, that was 4 cards of work. We can't reproduce that. That's the issue with going against that Charizard EX deck. Any other deck isn't really like they're not as strong. They're not hitting as hard. The Charizard EX deck is able to OHKO 200 HP Pokemon after getting one World Energy. So they really need to look at that card. And I think the first thing they need to do is probably cut in half how much he gets. Like maybe there isn't no 50s on here, but maybe just 10. No, 20. I'll even say 20 because 20. No, not even that. This still feels too much because after one reward card, he's still doing 200. He should not be able to do. He should not be able to OHKO the way. See, and the way his ability works is he can get the energy, so you're not worried about setting him up. I don't know in what world was it okay to throw that EX Charizard out here? I really just, the more I think about it, it's really frustrating because it is so hard to counter. All the deck, all most decks do are just, they just set up specifically to get him out. And if you're smart and if possible, no, I haven't played the deck often. I played it a long time ago, like when it first came out. I don't play it often, but I do know that there is that occasional game you're gonna get where you're just not able to get him out, or you're not able to get two Charmanders. If you can't get two Charmanders out, you're gonna get boss ordered, and then it's gonna take an extra turn to set up. Other than that, I don't see any, like, the deck it's just too good, and you don't need a lot of energy. You can really just run the deck with, well, let me not say that. You might get unlucky, but you really can probably just run a deck with eight fire energy, basic fire energy, because I don't really see, even eight, like, even if all six of your energies, which this would never happen, well, it's a very small chance. If all of your reward cards are energy, you can still attack once with one Charizard with that, with just two making it. So it is crazy to think he either needs more energy. It's so much. I really pray next they ban him. I was gonna say nerf him, but he needs to be banned. I don't think he's running, and I don't know what the devs do look at. I'm not sure how Pokemon handles these cards, but there is a ton of banned Pokemon. I cannot imagine in 2 weeks, 4 days, I cannot imagine him still being a viable card to use. He needs to be nerfed to the ground or just taken out. One of the two. It's just too strong. His ability is too strong. His attack's too strong. He's a one man army, and it's like the Charizard love. I get it. Anyway, this deck isn't a complete counter. It works well against everything else, but that Charizard deck is terrible. And I was actually gonna start using this Deoxys deck. I couldn't get it to it hasn't been able to run right. It's not hitting that hard. But what's even worse is if you run into um Charizard, you're screwed because Charizard's a dark type. So the Toad Screw deck is kind of been my, like, when Charizard came out, I was using him for a little bit, and I saw this Toad Screw was also another deck that came out at the same time. I said, oh yeah, let me try that. Let me try that deck. And I tried this Toad Screw deck, and I actually had a lot of success with it after I made a few adjustments to it. The issue now is just so much more setup than the Charizard deck. It's the now told he's the same as Charizard. He just needs two. His max output is 280, and he hits the Charizard for twice as effective. So he doesn't need to be fully powered but he can OHKO the Charizard one turn. That's the biggest counter, because it. Oh, also, more about Charizard. His HP's 320 or something, right? So you have to. There's no one hitting for 320, and there's not a lot of grass types. So this deck was built literally to counter 330. I'm sorry, I was off 330. And I see a lot of people don't even use the standard format anymore. I think this is the standard one that initially dropped. And this took a lot more to set up, but the current one. Did I make this deck, or was this is no? I think the standard one came with Pidgeot, or am I wrong? Let's see. I think I might have edited the original one. Oh, I guess you could also use Fortress deck, but I think about it. Because Fortress himself, wait, how much is this? No, Fortress is only doing. He's only doing 240 against Charizard. Yeah, I might run this Abby Palm deck again. It's so luck based because your opponent potentially could like never damage you, and on the offhand that you potentially could do like no damage at all. But yeah, on the upside, yeah, you can. It's an interesting deck for sure. Yeah, very powerful if you're down, I think, want to say. But yeah, you need to pretty much set up. I would have to look at this deck a little bit more. Maybe a little bit more reworking. So now after playing this game so long, when I look at decks that I used to use, it's like how did this deck really function? Because it's just like what's the purpose of the switch card here? There's no one that benefits from the switch card. I don't know. It's so much going on here that I don't understand. Uh, so anyways, yep. That's all I wanted to say. I mean, that's all we had just to show our electric deck. It is pretty much a regieleki deck. Basically because we're benefiting off our basic Pokemon getting boosted, but also regieleki is not just kind of there. He actually I usually throw mines out there because 310 is pretty hard to take out, so they're pretty tanky and they hit for like 200, 220 most of the time. So pretty solid deck. So it's just that Charizard deck is right now the most. If you funny enough, if you just come up with a deck that counters Charizard, which pretty much is Toad Cruel, which if you can make I might look into some more Toad Cruel shells and see if I can reinvent mines. But mine felt pretty optimal. It just yeah, it felt pretty optimal. It's just the setup. If you don't get the perfect hand, not perfect. If you just don't get the right hand, you're just not gonna be able to set up for a few turns, and that's very costly. But I think yeah, yes, it's just costly. I need to look into. I think really I guess having a lot of basic items would help a little bit in there. I gotta look into some things. Maybe I gotta look into some shows. But Toad Crew might be is where I'm leaning towards running. I was using mines for my other Toad Crew deck for quite a while. It just I think when I got here it just felt like not as strong anymore. But it felt really good at the lower levels. But once I got to Great League, it doesn't feel as good. That electric deck does feel okay. Just when you run to Charizard, it's screwed. But I want to use Toadcool in a way where he's very competitive against pretty much everybody. He's not bad either. I feel like anyone like that doesn't like Charizard probably won't like going against a Toadcool deck either, just because it's not too hard to set up. And if 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 we're setting up at the same pace, you're almost never gonna beat a Toadcool deck because it, it's just output is just gonna be too good and 270 270 is too much. Also, Charizards maybe should be worth three. They probably should be worth three prize cards instead of two. Something there's a lot. There's a lot they need to do. Either there's so many ways to nerf it. Either just change this, and that is why I keep running into that. That is why I keep running into. That makes a lot of sense. Now, every time I run into another mirror electric deck, you know what they're always running? Not Icy Mountain. Where's the other stadium at? Oh, do I even have it? You can pretty much lock out his ability depending on. The more I play this game, the more a lot of I'm like just piecing stuff together here. But let me see. just stadiums. I just want to see the one. Where are you at? Here we are. Path to the Peak. Pokemon with a rule box in play have no ability. GEX Pokemon V points. So basically, if the Charizard comes out, he cannot use his ability. Now, I didn't think about that, but this my see what the that doesn't work too well in the shell of deck I run, but it is a perfect counter to Charizard because he can't get his energy on. So Charizard comes out, can't use his ability. But two energy isn't a lot though. So you can still set up in two. It's gonna take 2 turns though to set up with your Charizard, unless you like a lot of people already pre energize their Charizard or Charmanders. So anyways, guys, that is all I have for you guys. If you guys have any solutions, please in the comments let me know. What is your counter to Charizard EX? Because I cannot be the only one. It is the every time I run into it, I beat Giratina decks. It's a 50-50 against Giratina decks. The Excalibur decks, those are I'm sorry, X what's the name of that deck? I haven't seen it too often. Sometimes it's in a Deoxys show. Is it the Palkia deck? Palkia has another deck with the world. Yes, sorry, Bascalibur. If it is this deck, I hate running into this deck, bro. But it is very with the whole electric deck counters that completely just because we do double damage to pretty much everyone on the field. So it hits them pretty hard, especially if they're running Palkia. Because Palkia gets hit twice. His weakness is electric. But yeah, everyone else is pretty much smooth. Like, but it's really just Charizard is our biggest weakness. If we don't run into Charizard EX decks, I promise our win rate will be like 70% or something. But yeah, we just need to find a way to counter it more effectively. I think so. If like I said, if you have a deck shell that you're like a Raikou or regieleki deck shell, let me know. Also, if you have a or just any EX Charizard counters, and also if you're just also the same with me and frustrated with the EX Charizard, let me know as well. You may be one using them. I don't like I honestly want to use it sometimes myself. I'm like, man, that deck's just so easy. I want to start using it, but I think, and I probably should run that deck to see how to counter it. Because once I run it, then I'll be like, oh yeah, I see now how other people shut the deck down. And that's when I can implement those into my other decks. And then I think I'll be in a better position. So maybe I might run it just to see what people are using against it. So, but anyways, yeah, hope you guys enjoy. If you did, leave, comment, like, subscribe, whatever. Peace.